When I went for Asia's Got Talent, I went to the producers the last minute. I said, I don't think I'm going to do this. So the producers screamed in my face. She's like, what do you mean? You've already come this far. Before going on stage, when they called my name backstage, I froze. So the producers had to push me on stage. Hi, I'm Yaashwin Sarawanan. You guys may know me as the Human Calculator.
I am a human calculator and I'll be performing some speed mental calculations.
So I actually went for abacus classes. I absolutely hated it. I wasn't just bad at math. I was a bad student in general. I'll be very honest. But I was forced by my teacher at that time to join a international competition. Somehow I won second place. I would say my brain worked differently, especially after winning that competition. It was then I had a skill that was, special. This was way before going on TV, right? So the producers go all around Southeast Asia looking for talent. There was a part where they asked for stage name. Actually, the first name that came to my mind was Math Man, Numbers Man. And I was like, okay, this is horrible. And I was like, Human Calculator, that sounds cool. Hence the nickname. When I went for Asia's Got Talent, people watch my video and say, wow, you're very confident. I was shaking behind. I went to the producers the last minute. I said, I don't think I'm going to do this. So the producers screamed in my face. She's like, what do you mean? You've already come this far. Stop shaking. Before going on stage, when they called my name backstage, I froze. So the producers had to push me on stage. I was shaking like a leaf. But thankfully, you don't see it in the video. When I got the first question right, whole audience were like, oh, and all that. That's when I was like, okay, I became more confident. Suddenly, all that fear just ran away at that moment. I only thought I would be in the audition. So after the first audition ended, a few months later, I got another phone call. Congratulations, you got selected for the semi-finals. Oh, my heart dropped. So the first thing I thought, wait a minute, I already gave my best in the audition. What am I going to do for the semi-finals? What could I possibly do? Backflips? No, right? It was quite scary because I had to think, okay, I need to do better. What do I do now? And then the finals, because I had no plans of going to the finals. One of the producers came, they were like, just keep your gates open. I didn't know what was going on. A few minutes later, this whole bunch of producers came into my house. They didn't even ask for permission, just came in. They came in, they were like, congratulations, you're selected for the grand final. Oh my god, I was happy. Wow, I was so scared. But honestly speaking, my grand finals was my favorite performance. My mom, my brother, my grandmother, basically nobody knew about it until the day the episode came out. And then they called me that, I didn't tell anyone. In fact, when the episode aired on TV, you know how you tell your family members, watch me? I didn't even do that. I had this feeling like everyone would know eventually. They were very shocked. Only my dad knew what was going on. Everyone else, it was quite a surprise to them. But truth be told, a lot of people can do this. I think the only reason why I stood out was because I can engage an audience. You see, I can talk. So it was then I realized that performing is not really my thing. And I basically wanted to share to the world, particularly Malaysian students, that there is a way to understand math better. So what I do now is basically I run my own math program. It's called Luminous. I call it Malaysia's most elite math program. I learned abacus myself. So I feel it's a forgotten art because when you learn about abacus, you actually look at numbers differently. It doesn't make sense when I say it to you now, but when you actually learn it, you realize how fast and powerful it is. My goal was to basically help kids build a strong foundation in numbers so that it builds a love for numbers and learning in general. In school, you may be learning algebra, for example, but you don't fully understand algebra, but the teacher makes everyone go at the same pace, which is kind of unfair because there are some who can learn faster, some who don't. My goal is to make sure everyone understands. I actually don't just focus on teaching math. I also focus on two other components, public speaking and mind development as well. I train their cognitive functions, right? So I train their memory, attention, eye-finger coordination, and all of these I do through games. And when it comes to public speaking, I give them random topics. I ask them to do impromptu speeches simply because students who come from my program, I don't want them to walk out as just kids who are good at numbers. I want them to be better learners. I want them to be better people in general, right? So I think that's what makes Luminous particularly special.
96 plus 53 plus 78 plus 23.
250. So short.
35 plus 86 plus 92 plus 74 plus 82 plus 46 plus 53.
468.
96 times 41.
3936.
25 times 74.
1850.
Since you're a human calculator, right, can you calculate probabilities?
Yeah, I would say so lah.
Do you calculate that?
No!